Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Switch It Up Show. My name is Glenn, and I am joined, of course, by our wonderful co-host, Mr. Seth Trav. Seth Trav, how the heck are you?
I'm doing well tonight, my friend. I've got that itch for the Switch, as you already know.
I was gonna say, man, I hope you out there in the internet world have gotten your flu shots, but don't you be worried. It will not protect you from the itch for the Switch. Now, this show is a little bit different than what we normally do. We're going to actually skip one of the largest segments of the show this week because there's just way too many games coming out. Normally what we do is we go through, there's like 6 different rows of 5 games each. There's over like 30 games coming out for the Nintendo Switch this week. And rather than just talk it's no joke. No. Rather than just talk your ear off at all the different releases that are coming out, we figure maybe we'll give it a break, take a little pause for the cause, and talk about some of the other things in the wonderful world of the Switch. Bring back the news segment, focus on the reviews, stuff like that for this week. So, if you are interested in the games that are coming out on the Switch, why don't you maybe tune into us over on Twitter at Switch It Up Show, and we'll actually highlight some of our favorites that are coming out this week, and more importantly, get at us. Tell us what your favorites are, any of those, any of the above. Do it all at Switch It Up Show. Enjoy the music.
I feel like every time we're uncovering more and more of that song.
Oh yeah, I just feel like I just gotta let it keep going. It's hard to shut it off there.
No, it's great. I just keep finding more and more to love about that track by Anamanaguchi.
Yeah. You'll actually in the show notes you can find the links to that if you want to check that out. By all means, please do. And speaking of checking things out, this segment is entitled The Inventory, where we talk to you about some of the games that we are playing that aren't necessarily the games that we are reviewing this week. Kind of just what we've been getting into. And Mr. Trav, before the show started, you jumped at the fact. You said, I have multiple games. And I said to you, multiple? More than one?
Yeah.
You can handle that? And you said yes. And then I said to you, tell me what they are.
I can. So, as everybody should be violently aware of, I am still recovering from having a concussion. So I've been trying to get my head back together, and my doctor had told me, hey, Tetris is good for you. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, yeah, you're going to be moving your eyes around a lot. It's going to help you get back to being able to track things with your eyes, because that's, all Tetris is doing. Just don't overdo it. So I have actually been playing Pianista, the legendary Virtuoso. I've been playing that a lot. I've unlocked a couple of the pianos on there. That game is hard. It is not Guitar Hero. I'll tell you that much. I kind of wish that it was, I wish that I could just use one hand, or that it had touchscreen. Just throwing that out there. I've been playing a lot of Rage in Peace, which is actually it's one of the games that's being released this week, one of the 30. Dude, that game, talk about rogue light, rogue heavy, man. You die just forever. Each level is 256 deaths for me. That game, you have to jump and time yourself. Literally jump, count 1, 2, jump again so you don't get hit, move 2 steps, jump, and you gotta memorize. So I'm doing all these games that are getting my head working again, keeping me critically thinking, and then just having a good time. I've been playing the Walking Vegetables Radical Edition, which I think is actually coming out this week as well.
Man, you've been doing it all.
Dude, I had the itch for the Switch for so long, not being able to play games, and now that I got my glasses, you can head over to the YouTube, you can see that I'm able to play a bunch more, trying to get more content up more on a regular basis. But yeah, I'm just having a good time playing all these games, and of course Destiny 2, back on that with Forsaken. That thing's got me.
Oh my gosh,
hooked
dude.
Again, my dude. Ooh, it's a good time.
So good. It's so good. I mean, that's probably like my in addition to the games that I get to play here on the Switch for the show, Destiny 2 is definitely my main jam. That thing is a great time with all your friends. If you were playing it before or maybe put it down for a while, they definitely freshened it up with the new update for sure. And actually on the Switch, I actually forgot I was been playing a little bit of Hello Neighbor. Have you ever played Hello Neighbor before?
No, describe it to me.
So in Hello Neighbor, basically it's kind of like, so you're like this little kid and you're breaking into this neighbor's house, and you have to try to like sneak through it and not have him find you. I've been trying to like get further in it so that I can like feature it here on the show, but like it is so difficult to not get caught. That, or I'm just like super bad at it. It's kind of like hinted at that like this neighbor is like up to no good and you're trying to find out exactly what's going on, but I honestly am having a super hard time trying to make it like through his house without like being like caught, and every time you're caught by him, it's almost like there's like a jump scare. Hello Neighbor is on like a bunch of different platforms. If you have some Hello Neighbor tips for me, that would be great. Let me know over at Switch It Up Show, because I really want to play it. It seems like it's pretty popular, but I'm just garbage at it. So if you're good, please do me a favor and let me know what I'm doing wrong. I would love your assistance. So this segment right here with this wonderful music is called Potent Power-Ups. And in this, we like to talk about some of the news in the world of Nintendo that is going on. Kind of just bounce some ideas off each other. It's been gone for a little bit because we've had so many releases. We've been skipping it. But there's a couple things lately that I thought might be worth talking about. So Mr. Seth Trav, I'm going to throw a couple of these topics at you. And just hit me with the reaction, if you would be so kind.
Okay.
There's been be excited. There's been rumors of a Nintendo 64 classic. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Nintendo 64 obviously, lives on in all of our hearts and souls. If the Nintendo 64 classic turned out to be the real deal, Holyfield, what games would you want to see on it?
I'd need Wave Race.
Yep.
I'd need 1080. Snowboarding.
Yeah. Oh, I knew you did not have to.
You need 1080 snowboarding. What was the guy's name? Tetsuki Semachi
and Ricky Winterborn.
Yeah. I'd need those two. I feel like I would need a Diddy Kong Racing as opposed to a Mario Kart. I would much rather have a Diddy Kong Racing on there.
You should have both of them, because Diddy Kong Racing was awesome, but like don't kid yourself. Mario Kart's amazing.
I feel like, I love Rush 2049.
Oh, okay. San Francisco Rush, yeah.
I love Rush 2049. There was a hella level editor on there. But Excitebike 64, gotta do the Superman can. Gotta hit him on the reg. If they could, God willing, they'd put No Mercy on there.
Oh man, I don't know if they'd do that.
Or any of those great wrestling games. I'm talking WCW World Tour and versus NWO World Tour. I'm talking WrestleMania 2000. I'm talking No Mercy. Give me any of those three, and I would be set. What about you? What are you looking for in an N64 Mini?
Oh, well, I mean, we walk a lot of the same paths there. I'm super happy that you said 1080 and Diddy Kong Racing, because those are great. Obviously, like the Mario games, like go without question. You have to have a Mario Party on there, Mario Kart. You have to have Mario 64.
God, I don't want to take off my thumb skin again. I don't need a Mario Party from an N64 controller again.
Yeah, man, you have to.
My palm skin, the way I would just like. The motion.
Dude. Yeah, I know. Super painful. Super painful. But you got to have it. Also have to have Legend of Zelda on there, of course. Ocarina of Time. We can hold off on Majora's Mask on the first iteration of that. I love Cruisin' USA. Definitely think that's a.
Oh yeah, Cruisin' USA.
Yeah, definitely think that's a good one. I don't know if that would actually like make the cut to like actually be on there.
See, I'm a Rush guy. I dig the Cruisins, but.
Gotta have GoldenEye.
Rush! GoldenEye. As long as you can get big head mode and paintball mode again.
Yeah, man. But there's a lot of good games on that system. I'd assume they have Star Fox.
Star Fox. That's a thing to put on there.
Yeah, man.
That's Star Fox. My God. Wasn't there a Yoshi game?
Is there Yoshi?
Story? Didn't
Yeah,
Yoshi's
Yoshi's
Story. Come off
Story.
of
Yeah,
that?
you got it. Yeah,
Yoshi's
you're right.
Story be on there?
Yeah, you are correct, sir.
That'd be good.
There's not there's not a Metroid game on there. I don't think.
I don't think there's a Metroid on the
No.
N64.
No,
It's
I
an
don't
Earthworm
think
Jim.
The Earthworm Jim. Yeah.
That was terrible.
Yes. There are also a lot of games that were not so great.
I feel like they tossed Pilot Wings on there. You
Oh,
know,
yeah, Pilot Wings, that
I
was
remember
good.
playing Pilot Wings a lot, but I don't remember there ever being a point to it. I would always just put on
No.
that flying suit and like fly around.
It was more like a simulator. Yeah, I liked that. I liked Pilot
It was
Wings
just a
64.
sim, you know, and
Yeah.
I had fun with it.
There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, I hope the rumors of that are true because depending on what games they put on there, like it's super expensive to buy those. Like now, if you want to buy a 64,
True.
you could be laying out all the bucks. And then everyone's talking about how the GameCube controllers are coming back because of Smash.
Oh yeah.
A lot of times it seems like Amazon keeps running out of stock of GameCube adapters. And I mean, I love the GameCube and I love that controller and I love Melee. But if you're playing Smash like in the new one, is that really the controller you want? Do you have to have the GameCube controller? Like what are you choosing of all the controllers you can use with the Switch? What are you going down with?
If I am gonna play somebody online, and apparently Nintendo did just like come out and say like, hey, you should get yourself an Ethernet adapter if you want to play Smash online with people, which I dig. I'm glad somebody's saying it because ideally you'd want to have the fastest connection. But I would definitely want to have the GameCube controller to play Smash. That's how it is. If I'm doing the story mode though, I might be able to try it with my Joy-Cons. Something about the buttons, they feel very small still, and I feel like for a game like that, like I know what I'm going to be doing on Smash. A lot of roll dodge, a lot of B button, throwing those heavies, you know, powering them up, being real shady, being real shifty, sly with my motions. It's Dr. Mario.
That's your guy, huh?
I would go around as Dr. Mario. Melee was my jam. It was Dr. Mario or Link. But I prefer now if I'm going into a competitive setting and we're like, yo man, let's play some Smash. I'm like, all right, dude, we're going random. Everybody's choosing random. You're doing random stage. You turn items off.
Ooh.
And you do it. And hopefully you get Hyrule Castle and you can meet each other at Chance's Ledge.
That's it. That's your phrase. You love that. Yeah, I agree with you. GameCube controller is where it's at, but I really do like that Nintendo Pro controller.
That Nintendo Pro, do you? Is that good? You think that
dude.
is that going to get the Smash done for you? I feel like the triggers might be a little off for me.
Maybe, but that controller is still comfy. Like it's so awesome to hold. Yeah, it's good. It's good. I feel like if anything was gonna pull me away from it, that might be it. I honestly don't know though if I'm gonna get the new version of Smash.
Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here. You're getting it.
I'm not kidding.
You gotta get it. You're getting it. It's got everybody on it and more to come. You're gonna get it. We're gonna play. We're gonna have good tournaments.
That's what they
You're gonna get involved with the Twitterali and me. We're gonna have a good time.
That's it. We can have a Twitter tournament.
We should. We're gonna have a great Twitter tournament. And it's gonna be the Rando Jones Twitter Invitational. That's presented by Switch It Up Show, where you enter at random. None of these selected characters. None of these like, I practice with Samus. That's my only good character. Nah, dog. You're going in to have a crazy time.
Everyone's random.
Everybody's Rando Jonesing. And then we give you a pair of socks.
There
for
we go.
Victory.
That'll be it. I feel like we could probably deliver on that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Let's Play. I almost said press continue, but we're skipping that.
Exactly.
We're going to do the Let's Play, where we like to talk about the games that we reviewed this week. So, Mr. Setrap, would you like to go first and or second? As you are a gentleman, I leave it to you.
You know what? I'm going to go first because I got a little heated on the game I was playing.
You got some heat.
To be honest. So, you know me. I'm Seth Trev. I'm Basic Boy Gaming. I love a great basic game. So naturally, when I saw this one called Frutakia 2, I thought, hey, this is going to be right up my alley. I'm going to love playing it. But, ladies and gentlemen, that unfortunately is not the case this time for me, as it were. But first, I'm going to hit you with the synopsis here as soon as it finishes loading. which unfortunately is taking a little bit of time. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to tell you all about it. So, Frutakia 2 is a game where it plays a lot like a slot machine. What happens is it just randomly will slot you some things. Oh, there we go. Finally it loaded. Frutakia is back and better than ever. Match 3 or more fruits and level up. Go ahead and move any row up or down. We dare you to discover its ultra addictive gameplay once, and that's it. ... Simple and smart gameplay, ideal for short periods of time, like buses, trains. Game objective: you must make clever groups of 3 or more cascade lines with the same fruits in any direction. Ha! By Crazy Soft Limited. It is $3.99 when you buy it digitally, and you get 20 gold points. Now, as I was saying, it's exactly like a slot machine. You get these rows, you pull on it, and that's it. You just have to kind of either you get a pair of 3 immediately when you pull on the deal, or you can actually go into each row and move it up or down and hopefully create some sort of match of 3 that way. When you lose, eventually, after moving so many times, this little meter on the side will go down, and then you can get this wheel to spin, and typically you're just going to keep playing. Like, it'll just give you an extra life, or it'll boost your points, but typically you just get to keep playing, which I thought was a little weird. That's it. There are some unlockables, but not, like, actually. It's just kind of level. It just says, like, oh, you're level 2. Oh, you're this level. You're that level. Nothing is really, like, changing, and I kept thinking, like, oh, okay, maybe I'm just going too slow. That's not it. You're not going too slow. The game itself is slow-paced. Or you can go a little quicker, but it doesn't really matter because it's not that, like, timed. It's more about, like, just how many moves you make. There was a slight timing element. It wants you to go kind of, you know, in a like 1/4 pattern, a little beat there. But that's about it. Like, it's so basic that it's just not good. Like, I need something to keep me going, and it's actually a little frustrating, much like slots, where you pull it and the matches just aren't there, and you just can't get anything. And it's like, I should at least be able to play the game more than be confined to losing, which is what would happen a lot. You're just stuck being a loser. Like, if I wanted to lose, I would actually throw money at slot machines. You know? So, because it's so basic, like, change up the music even, you know? Everything else is there. Like, graphically, it looks as fine as I guess it could, but, like, they could add so much more. Like, Pep, like, give me some unlockables. Give me a reason to actually keep playing this, because there's really none. So, because of that, man, I'm going to give it a 1.5.
Whew, we were talking about this.
5.
We were talking about this earlier, and you were mentioning, and I was like, I think that might be the lowest score that we've ever given out on the show.
Dude, it's frustrating. And, like, we've played some frustrating games, but they're done, like, well. This is done with just sort of like, okay, cool. I learned how to program a video game in class, and this is it. And I teamed up with my graphic design buddy, and they were the one who gave me all the things for this. Like, and that's it. And it's just very, very basic, very quick, and it's a little too basic. There's not enough actual gameplay to it.
Oh.
So, 1.5.
My man.
I mean, cuz.
Well, let me see if I can come to your rescue with Zarvot. So Zarvot is a game about cubes, is what they say, and they have a wonderful synopsis. I feel like lately the synopsises have been a little bit lacking over on the Nintendo eShop, but you know they're coming with some backstory. So let me hit you with it. Where cubes find love, shoot lasers, and lay waste to handcrafted arenas. This is a game of cubes, tiny, adorable cubes with hopes, dreams, unrequited loves, and unlimited destructive power. In story mode, you'll follow the adventures of Charcoal and Mustard as they search for the ultimate birthday present to cheer up their best friend, Red, who is feeling quite blue. Take the subway to 9 unique worlds where you'll battle rogue bananas, evil milk cartons, and crayon box spiders, whatever it takes to make Red happy again. In multiplayer mode, invite your friends and challenge them to cutthroat competitive cube combat. Showcase with precision lasers, rapid fire guns, and master the devastating radio beam, blast, warp, and crash through walls in over a dozen destructive thunderdomes across a variety of game modes. Zip around boulders in the forest, face off in dramatic rainstorms, evade environmental dangers, and more. It features silky smooth cube action, ultra responsive controls, and over 60 FPS, by the way, up to 4-player versus mode, over a dozen multiplayer maps, competitive and party modes, including sushi collecting mode, exclusive game modes, captivating story about cubes, a full-length narrative where cubes take center stage, delicious arcade action, epic boss battles, beautiful levels, and stunning characters. They hit you with a ton of description in this synopsis. And you know what?
And it sounds like it gives you some stuff to do.
It does give you some stuff to do, Mr. Trap. And when they say that the level is beautiful, like, they're not kidding around. I feel like there's a lot of games. I think we played Death Squared. There's a lot of games that we've played on this show now. This is actually episode 53, by the way. We've been doing the show for over a year.
We have, yeah.
So it's a little, the Switch It Up show is getting a little long in the tooth. And we've played a lot of games that are both 2D and 3D that involve a cube. It seems like if you take a look on the eShop, there's like a lot of titles like this. So it would be easy to kind of pass over this. And when I first saw the screenshot of it, I was like, oh, like, another cube game. This might be interesting. But it's pretty fun. Basically, like the synopsis says, you are playing the character of these 2 cubes. Then you're going off to visit your friend and cheer him up. And like, you're kind of traversing through the levels. And I guess it's like a side-scrolling or 3D top-down like shooter. But it's a little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit different. I think because of the setting, like the levels themselves are usually like hyper realistic, like they take place in like a real place, like it'll be a city street or an alley or like walking along like a pathway or a bridge, but you are like this bright blue cube, like, super ultra modern, and you're fighting like these laser enemies, and like the water effects,
super cool sounding.
It's pretty neat. You definitely owe it to yourself to at least check out the screenshots of it. But like, they really like tone up the realism in terms of like the water effects. Like, there's a lot of levels with water, and like water drips down the screen. There's might be flowers in the background, and like they're super like real looking. There's like dew on them and stuff. Like, they really like kind of tone up like the backgrounds in this, and the levels that you play in are like very, very well done. The graphics in this game like shine. It's really cool. I love the laser powers that you get. You get anything from just like a regular shooting, like a laser gun that's like a couple bullets at a time. You can charge it up and like unleash like a really powerful shot. There's another one where if you tap I think it's the A button, you'll have spikes shoot out from you, and you'll spin around almost like a saw blade, and you can kill enemies. There's another button that you can hold down that'll make you super tall. There's yet another attack that you have that will draw like a circle laser ring around you, and any enemies caught up in that laser ring will get killed. So there's a bunch of different ways that you can go through and go after all the enemies that come after you. The enemies can be like, they're pretty varied. You get a little bit of everything. Each level is a little different, and like the world that you're in is destructible. So there'll be like different parts of the level that you can blow up, hide behind. You yourself can throw up some walls to kind of slow down some of the enemies as they advance on you. And as you play, it gets a little bit more intense. I never really felt like overwhelmed while I was playing the game. I feel like the controls are really smooth, aside from having a bunch of different attacks that are all pretty powerful. Like, the game controls well. It feels like you are going where you think you're going to be going to, which with some of these shooters can usually get overwhelming. But if you like a shooting type game, or if you like a side-scrolling like action type game, this might be something that you want to check out. I didn't have a chance to do any of the multiplayer battles, but I feel like this would be like a lot of fun. I think it would be super cool. Did you ever play do you remember like Battle Tanks?
I do. Battle Tanks was a lot of fun.
Battle Tanks was on Nintendo 64.
There you go.
And that game was a lot of fun. And kind of just like how you're not really in a tank, you're in a cube. It's definitely a cube, but you have a few different attacks at your disposal. And that Battle Tank supported full multiplayer, like 4-on-4, or like one, like I don't know, four, like one person. I don't know, 4 people against each other. That's what I want to say. This seems like it would be a lot of fun to play with other people. I had a good time with it, and there's like an actual story here too. It's not just like shooting enemies for no purpose. There's some moments in here that'll have you reaching for the tissues there, Mr. Septrap.
Okay.
There's some heartwarming moments. And like
Between
I said,
these cubes, you say?
yeah. And
Pixar quality, you say?
I mean, I don't know about Pixar quality, but the like I said, man, like the graphics in this look good. The gameplay is awesome. The soundtrack is like, at one point it sounds like you're kind of like in a lounge. At other points it's kind of like techno-y. The music's on point. Everything on for this game is on point. I had fun with it. If you're into, like I said, like a shooter or a side-scrolling game, you owe it to yourself to check out Zarvot, Zarvot, in the Nintendo eShop. Highly recommend you check it out. I'm going to go ahead and hit it with a 4 out of 5.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, man.
That's good. We got a good game out of here.
You got to have that. At least one, right?
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to an episode of the Switch It Up Show. It's funny that we had like a little bit of an abbreviated format, but we're still bringing you 30 minutes of content on the Switch It Up Show. Saved you a little bit of time. As I mentioned earlier, please check out the games that are coming out this week. Head on over to our Twitter and let us know what you're looking forward to. We'll let you know what we have our eye on, and of course, hopefully, between the two of us, we'll be able to satisfy our itch for the Switch. Mr. Setrav, thank you so much for joining me again on this show.
Thank you for always being a great cohort.
Yeah, we can't speak this show, but you know what? That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, we ramble sometimes, and that's okay. We're here for the Switch. And remember, if things ever get boring, you can always switch it up.